So we already learned about expressions, and now it is time to learn what equations means. So before actually learning equations, we have to understand what equality sign means. See, equality sign only means a simple thing. Whatever is on the left, LHS is means left hand side, or whatever is on the left should be same as the thing on the right. Only then you can use the equality sign or equal to sign. So if someone say 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, then we can use equality sign because this thing is 5, this thing is also 5. And if you keep that on a balance, if you keep 2 plus 3 on the left side of the balance, see, a balance is always equal only if it is horizontal. Okay, if it is horizontally stable, then we can say it is equal. If one side is coming down, then that side will have more weight. So if I plus 2 plus 3 on one side, then it is not anymore equal. The balance is falling towards one side. Now to make it equal, I have to put something of the same value on the other side, and then it is going to get equal. Now what will happen if I simply add 1 plus 2 to one side, to the right hand side? To the right side, if I add plus 2, then it is not anymore equal, because here we have 5 plus 2, that is 7. Here we have 2 plus 3, that's only 5. Now if I do that on the balance, see, the heavier side will go down. So to make it equal, there is only one way. Whatever you kept on the right, you have to do the same thing. Whatever you do on the right should be done on the left also. If I do that on the same side, on the other side, then things will become equal. So equality sign means whatever is on the left should be same as that on the right, and whatever operations you do on one side, you have to do the same thing on the other side. It doesn't matter what it is. So this is the rules of equality sign. Now we know what an expression is. So I already asked you in the previous video, what is the value of this expression? Of course, we can't say. We can only answer that if we know the value of x. So an expression is a beautiful concept, because when the value of x keep on changing, the value of expression also keep on changing. Okay, if the expressions x is 0, then the value of expression is 5. If x is 1, then it will become 7. If x is 2, then it will become 12. If x is 3, wait, no, sorry, 7. If x is 2, it is going to be 9. Yes, if x is 3, it is going to be 11, and so on. So there are infinite values for x. I can even put the values like 0.5. Then the value of expression is going to be 6. So it keeps on changing. There are infinite values of x, and therefore there are infinite values for the expression. So the only thing is that the value of the expression directly depends on the value of x. So we can say that this x is a completely independent guy. He can take whatever value he wants. But the problem with expression is that he's not that independent. He will change. When x is something, the expression will change. For example, the clothes which you wear, it's not completely independent. It depends upon the climate. It depends upon the area where you are. If it's a safe, comfortable area, you'll wear whatever you want. But if it is a non-safe area, or if it is a really cold area, you have to wear thick, long clothes. Just like that. So your actions or the expression depends upon the variable. Now let's look at an equation. An equation is something with equal to sign. At least on one side we should have an expression, and other side we can either have an expression or a constant value. Now it becomes interesting over here. Our expression used to be a free person. Of course, it depends on the variable of x, but still expression could take absolutely any value. And our variable x, he used to be a completely free person. He could take absolutely any value. But as long as it's an equation, things change. It becomes something like that. Your parents will be telling you, "Beta, you're completely free. You can take absolutely any course." But in the end, they'll still say that as long as it is MBBS or engineering or something like that. See, they are putting a condition, right? Just like that, equation is putting a condition on this expression. Equation is telling you, my dear expression on the right side, that is 2x plus 5. You can be any value, or it is basically telling Mr. Darling x, you can be any value. We are not stopping you. The only condition is that whatever value you select, it should be satisfying this equation. Okay, now let's understand what it means. It means x said that, okay, that's a fine thing. We will look at the right hand side. x said that, okay, I'm going to take the value of 0. If x is 0, then you are going to get 2 into 0 plus 5 or 0 plus 5, and that is simplified. The right side is not equal to, see, this is the value of the right side, that is not equal to the left side. So our equation say, yeah, but no, you cannot take the value of 0. Okay, then x said, okay, fine, I'll take the value of 1. Then we'll check on the right side, 2 into 1 plus 5, 2 plus 5, 7. 7 is not equal to 11. So x cannot be 1. Then x said, okay, I'm going to take the value 2. So 2 into 2 plus 5, 4 plus 5. That is only 9. That is also not equal to 11. So no. Then x said, I'm going to take the value of 3. 2 into 3 plus 5. And that is 11. Now it is equal. The left side, this value become 11. The right side, sorry, the left side become 11. The right side also become 11. So the only, if you keep on checking, you will find out the only value of the variable which satisfy this condition is when x is equal to 3. Now you see what equation is doing. Equation is actually tricking the variable. The variable was a free person, and the equation was saying that you are still free. Only condition is that you have to satisfy this equation. Okay. So the only value which satisfies that equation is this. Now we will see more about solving and the number of solutions eventually. Right now what you have to understand is that for such an equation there's only one value which satisfies that condition, and that is x is equal to 3. So x is equal to 3. That's the only guy who can satisfy this equation, or x can only become 3. Okay. So it's sort of like someone coming and telling you that you can take absolute any course. But that same person put a limitation that every course other than, let's say, electrical engineering will cost you 300 crore as a tuition fee. In that case, you're stuck. Now you only have one option. Just like that, the variable who was a free person, now he is stuck. He can only take one value. So what equation do is, equation is basically restricting. It's putting a condition on the variable. Okay, it is putting a limitation on the variable, and any variable which satisfy that equation will be known as solution of that equation. So solution of this equation is x is equal to, what was it, 3. So only this value of variable can satisfy this equation. Therefore this variable or this thing x is equal to 3 is known as solution of the given equation. Okay, now do you really understand what solution means? So I want you guys to pause the video right now and try to make your own definition for what a solution is in your own language, whatever language you speak. Okay, hope you guys made something. It should be something like this. Basically equation puts limitations on the variable, and the variable which satisfy the equation, or the value of the variable which can make the equation correct, is known as solution of that equation. So this is a solution of x is equal to 3 is a solution of this given equation. Okay, now this is the reason. Okay, the equation is valid only for certain values of variables. Such values are known as solution of the equation. Now I clearly told you in the previous that, see, this thing, it is a expression. So basically an expression means that it can take any value. Okay, so it can take any value. This value keep on changing with respect to the value of x. X is not limited here. X can take absolutely any value and the expression's value will change. Therefore expressions only have values which keeps on changing, which depends on x. It does not. Expressions doesn't have a solution. So there is no solution for expression, there is only values for expression. On the contrary, if you take an equation, equations will not have values because nothing is going to change here. The variable have a limitation. The value of the variable which satisfy this equation, that is known as solution. So there is no values for equation, there is only solution for an equation. Okay. Equation, okay, basically equation is a condition on the variable. And what is that condition? The condition is simple. The condition is that equation is telling the variable you can be any value as long as the LHS and the RHS, the left side and the right side is equal. So that is the condition. Now look at this. Can you see two different equations or is that the same equation? Try to answer. These are not different equations. They are same because the side doesn't matter. Only thing equation is saying is that left side is equal to right side. Same here. The left side is equal to right side. See, both are same equation. Even if you interchange the positions of expressions on the from the left to the right and the right to the left, the equation will not change. This remains exactly the same. Now I want you guys to try to make one equation for this formula. Okay, first of all, try to find out what is the missing thing, what is the unknown thing which should be a variable, and then make an equation. Okay, you can pause the video, try to do it. I'm also going to give you the thing. See, for such a problem, you actually don't need to make an equation, but we are learning to make equations so that we can go into higher levels. Okay, for 2 variables, 3 variables, quadratic equations, we actually need to make equation. We learn it from here. So pause the video and make it. I'm also giving you the solution. Okay, if you need time, please pause. Rahul bought some mangoes. We don't know how many mangoes he bought. They didn't say that. He gave 5 to his sister and still has 12. Form an equation to form how many mangoes he have in the beginning. Let's say that Rahul had m mangoes in the beginning. You can take any variable. You can take it x, y, z. I'm simply going to call it m. So Rahul had m mangoes. He gave 5 to his sister. That means he lost 5 mangoes. But still he have 12. Now he still have 12. Now this is the equation for this scenario. If we solve it, you will find the answer of n, or how much mangoes Rahul initially had. One more problem. Make an equation for this scenario. Pause the video and make an equation. Find out what is the variable or the missing term. Baker sold, I'm also going to solve. Baker sold cupcakes at 30 rupees each. She earns 1500 from one day sale. 1500 from one day sale. Write an equation to find how many cupcakes she sold. Let's assume that she sold X cupcakes. For one cupcake, the price was 30 rupees. For 2 cupcakes, the price will be 2 into 30. That is 60. For 3 cupcakes, it will be 3 into 30. For X cupcakes, it's going to be X into 30, or we can simply call it 30X. And she made 1500 rupees. So that basically means 30X is equal to 1500. This much cupcakes she sold, this much money she got. X cupcakes into number 30. And she made 1500 rupees. So that's equation. 30X is equal to 1500. One more problem. Find an answer, find an equation for this. Hope you guys did it. If you need time, please pause the video. Okay, don't. Of course, you have the control to stop my conversation by pausing the video. Use it. A movie ticket cost 120 rupees. Arjun had 600 and bought some tickets. Some tickets we don't know. We can call it X, Y, or something. Let's call it Y. After buying the tickets, he was left with 120 rupees. So what basically happens is that let's assume Rahul bought Y tickets. Each ticket 120 rupees. So total Rahul would have spent 120 into Y, this much rupees. And he had 600 rupees in the starting. That 600 rupee, out of that he'll be spending this much money. And now he have 120 rupees left. So this is the equation. Actually, you can make more equations based on the same thing, because another form is that Rahul had 120 rupees left. He spent 120 into Y rupees. And total he had in the starting was 600. This is another equation. Okay. See, the same statement can have multiple equations. Similarly, like both are same equations, that you will usually see multiple representations. Similarly, same equation will have multiple statements also. We'll see that also. Try to find the answer. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer. If you can pause the video, if you need time. 5 times a number is 35. Okay, a number, that's an unknown number, let it be y. So 5y is equal to 35. That seems correct. 35 times a number is 5. No, that is 35 times a number is 5. No. Nothing else matches. A is answer, direct answer. Try to answer this. Be very careful, okay? Or check all the other options also. Even if you get the answer, still check other options. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer. Convert the equation in the form of statement. X plus 5 is equal to 8. Adding 8 to 5. Adding 8 to 5 gives x. No, that doesn't look same. Adding 5 to x. Adding 5 to x gives 8. Okay, this seems fine. Taking 5 away from x. Taking 5 away. I'm subtracting 5 from x gives 8. No, that's not same as this. Taking 8 away from x. Taking 8 away from x gives me 5. No, that's also not same. So only answer B is correct. Good. One more problem. Check all the options. Pause the video and answer, okay? I'm going to give you the solution. X plus 3 is equal to sum of a number. So random number is there. Let's call it x. Sum of a number and 3 is 30. Okay, first equation works. You have to check the other ones also. A number is 3 less than 30. What does that mean? There is some random number. I don't know what that number is. I'll call it Mr. X. It is less than 30. So 30 is bigger. 30 is bigger. It is less than 30 by 3. 1, 2, 3. So to this x, if I add another 3, x plus 3, it will be equal to 30. So x plus 3 is equal to 30. Interestingly, B is also correct. Next thing, a number added with 3 gives you 30. A number added with 3 gives you 30. That's also correct. A number x is lesser by 3 than 30. What? A number x is lesser by 3 than 30. A number x is there, exactly like this scenario. Number x is there. It is lesser than 30 by how much? 3. To make it equal, I have to add 3. So this is also correct. All the statements are correct for this problem. You see, same equation can have multiple statement form. For a given equation, there can be many statement forms. That's a simple thing. It's like basically I told you in maths what happened is that real world problems in English or Malayalam or Hindi, you convert that into maths. You solve it in maths and then you convert that back into English. Interestingly, several different problems might actually end up with the same equation, and then answer also will be different. Like answer representation back into English will be different, but the equation might be same. So that's why maths is beautiful. Now what you just learned is basically what equation means, what statement means, and how to convert the real life scenario into mathematics. Now we actually have to learn how to solve them also. And solving we'll see in the next videos. From now onwards, we'll go more properly. In the next class, I will be teaching you linear equations in one variable. And in that thing, you will start solving problems. After that, we'll even go for linear equations in 2 variables, quadratic equations, and there are some things known as consistency of the equation. Like if you can find the answer or if you cannot find the answer, stuff like that. We'll see all of that eventually. Thank you guys.